Besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are seeing this beautiful face for the first time, my name is Uyo, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. In this video, I'll be sharing a story with you of how a doctor prescribed the wrong medication for me in 2019 that almost ended my life. On one fateful day, after my classes, I had classes from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. that day. So I was in front of the college. Yes, she was under department, so but our class ended almost the same time that day. So she was waiting for me. So when I met up with her in front of the college, went to the cafeteria to get food before heading back to the hostel to eat. So while I was eating, I noticed that I was having difficulty swallowing the food. But at this point, it was not that serious. It was not a serious something now. So I now told her later that fortunately, like I'm having sore throat, that my throat is pain as I'm swallowing this food. I will not forget that I was eating jollof rice. So she suggested that later in the evening that we'll just go to the clinic to complain. And after eating, I slept off in there because I was so tired. From morning to evening, I had classes. I slept off. A few hours later, when I woke up, I found out that the pain had increased. So I told her that let's go to the clinic, that this pain has increased. So we went to the clinic. When we got there, the lady was not around. The doctor on duty that day was not around. So we waited for her to come. When she finally came, she did not attend to us immediately. She told us that we should wait for her, that she needed to eat and do some other things. Okay, so we agreed. Maybe she wanted to take care of her patient. So we waited for her. When she was done, people were actually in pain. So when she was done, she left the consultation room again. We didn't see her for like almost 30 minutes. We don't know where she went to because she didn't go to the ward where there was patient. So we waited for when she finally came. It was my turn to go in. I went in and I complained to her that I was having sore throat. I couldn't swallow my food when I was eating. Then she gave me some drugs and I went back to the hostel. I started taking those drugs. But to my surprise, the drugs, instead of the pain to reduce, the pain kept increasing day by day. Then we went back again the following day. She added another drug for me and removed one of the drugs that was there before. That maybe I'm allergic to the drug. That's why it's not making the others to work, something like that. Forgotten her words. So she removed and added another drug, and I trusted her again for the second time. I went back to the hostel. I continued taking the drugs, but still no improvement. The pain kept increasing, no improvement. At this point, I couldn't talk again. I could not eat. I couldn't even swallow my saliva. I thought not even taking water. We didn't go back to the. Went back to the clinic again, of course, the following day. But she was not around, so I was so much. I was in pain, so I couldn't wait for her. I went back to the hostel, and the next morning, meanwhile, we used to go to the clinic in the evening because we used to have classes in the morning. So in the evening, we used to have time to go. That's how we're always meeting her on duty. So in the morning, the following morning, we didn't go back to the clinic again because the pain was just increasing and the drugs they were giving me was not working. So my friend sent the drugs to one of her friends that was in medical field. Yes, she was a student in our school. And the girl was like, if it's sore throat that I'm having, then this is the wrong prescription. Before she even sent the drugs to herself, she already googled them online. I found out that they were a wrong prescription. But then because she was not in the medical field, she didn't want to just conclude about it. So that's why she called her friend. Then she was like, okay, this one is the system. Let's call somebody that is already into the system already. I don't know who she called. She called a person was outside school, of course, not in our school again. She called the person. She took pictures of the drugs and said, I think that was her sister, something like that. And she was like, no, that it was a wrong prescription. That if you saw truth, then this is a wrong prescription. There was even a blood tonic inside the drugs the doctor gave me. So she now packed all the drugs together again. Went back to the clinic in the morning. This time around, went in the morning, but I don't know what the lady came to do. I don't know whether she was after my life. I don't know what she came to do in the clinic that morning because she was on evening duty. She was on night duty that week. So we met her because she already know me because I've been coming. We met her and told her that man, these drugs are not working. So we brought them back again, that the pain is increasing. At this point, my neck has already bent to one side because the pain was so much, like the load, like the pain, I was carrying a heavy load on my head, on my neck. So like I had to bend my neck like this to assist myself to walk, bend like to do like this. And at this point, we're writing tests at this point. But even had to miss her test because she was trying to take care of me. She's such a good friend. Please let me go to the comment section and tell Fortune thank you. That girl really saved my life, if not for her. Maybe that would have lost my speech by now. Please go to the comment section and tell her thank you because I know she's going to watch this video. So when we went back to the clinic, the doctor was not like, okay, there she needs to book an emergency operation for me at the teaching hospital. I've seen the drugs are not working, that they need to cut something for my throat, this and that, yada, yada, yada. But you know, like, no, that they cannot just book me for an operation, that she needs to call my parents to inform them that the woman cannot just go ahead to book me for an operation. Meanwhile, the operation was supposed to be for the next day by 10 a.m. Yes, the next day by 10 a.m. So fortunately did not agree for them to book me for the operation. At this point, while she was saying that she booked me for an operation, I was in pain. I couldn't even talk, couldn't do anything. So it was as if I was just looking at them like a fool. But she was the one making the decision for me. Everything. She was the one that was talking on my behalf because at that time I've lost my speech already. I couldn't talk. Even to move my neck is a problem. I couldn't talk. Just imagine someone that I've not eaten for days. I've not drank anything for days. I was so weak. I was very weak. After the whole process, she called my dad and my dad like going to come to school the next day. Before my dad arrived the next day, Fortune has already packed all the drugs and went to meet director of health. Fortune doesn't give up, but that girl, if you know her very, she doesn't give up on things. So she packed all the drugs and went to meet director of health and told the director that this is what is happening. That I've been coming for like almost a week now. I've complained of sore throats, but the drugs they gave me are not working. But she didn't tell the director of health that the drugs are not working, so that it's not be as if the doctor doesn't know her job. She just told the woman that the drugs are not working. Then the director of health requested for my file, asked the nurse to go and bring my file. So when they brought my file, he was going through it. He saw what I complained. I complained of sore throat, and the drugs the doctor gave me was a wrong medication. And she was like, "Yes, these are wrong medication. That's why it did not work." She now asked them to bring the roster of the doctor that was on duty because we didn't even know her name. We knew that she was a lady, the doctor that was on duty on that date. So they called her. Meanwhile, she has already gone. This was in the afternoon already, so she had gone back. She came to pick something in the morning. That's how we met her. She had already gone back by this time. So the director of health was like, okay, when she called me the evening, they are going to like call and question. They went back to the hostel. Then my dad came to school that at 1 p.m. He arrived in school, came to the hostel. He picked me up and went straight to the clinic to get I was given an emergency exit, like express exit. I didn't have to go through CSC to sign provost, all those lecturer process, all those process. I didn't have to go. It was an emergency situation. She gave me an exit and I went straight home and I started treatment. I got home that day at almost midnight. That's when we got home. And before I got home, there was already drugs at the my dad friend already brought some local herbs for me to take, but then I couldn't swallow anything, so I didn't take it that night. Then the next morning, before the next morning, my dad friend that followed my dad to come and pick me from school. When we came, after we reached around 11, he went to one village to get another local herbs for me that I'll be inhaling since I cannot swallow. But by the time he came back, it was already around 12:30, and I was already lying down, but I was not sleeping. He was like, "There's no need to disturb me. And I should just cook it in the morning. I will start the treatment." But I didn't start the following morning. Because at 5:30 a.m. I was already dressed. They recommended us to a dentist to go and check. They said sometimes teeth a bit too achy to cause those kind of stuff. So we just wanted to know what was wrong. So went to the dentist. They put me on that one machine to scan me. I couldn't even open my mouth, so the man had to assist me, put something in my mouth for my mouth open so they could check what was in my throat. But now like they should check if there was something in my throat for them to cut. And the man was like, there's nothing in my throat for them to cut. And I don't even know what he said was wrong. So he just gave give me some medication. I went back home. I still could not take it because I could not swallow anything. Not to my saliva. At this point, I used to pour my saliva away. Just my someone that is not drinking and not eating. The little saliva that I'm supposed to manage, I have to throw it away. I like to pour it out because I couldn't swallow anything inside through my throat. I couldn't swallow anything. Started taking the local herbs I have to inhale in the evening. So in the evening, I had to do it 3 times a day. So they'll pour it in a bucket or in a bowl. Then I'll cover my head with wrapper so that I can open my mouth to inhale so that the smoke can enter inside the throat, maybe to bring out the infection if it was infection, to bring it out. Please note that you shouldn't take local herbs with normal drugs, like drugs given from the hospital. It's not advisable. I took the both because I was not taking in the local herbs. I was just inhaling it. But if I was taking it, I want to have joined both of them together. So it's not good to combine local herbs and normal medicine together. Then I continued taking the drugs that the doctor gave me. Up to today, if you ask me, I don't know what killed it. If it was it was the drugs that the doctor gave me, or if it was the local herbs. I don't know what cured it up to today. So that was how I got better. And if Fortune was not there to speak on my behalf, if she was not there to call my parents that they were about to put for, that was how I would have lost my spirit today. Maybe I wouldn't have even been alive. As still, maybe I wouldn't have even been alive. Fortune was was a lifesaver then. I didn't realize, but anytime I remember this, I just say that thank God that Fortune was there. What if she was not there and I was the only one that was going to the clinic that period? Because I couldn't talk, I would have just allowed them to do whatever they wanted to do so that I would just be okay. But then she stood in for me, she helped me. Thank you so much, Fortune. I know you're going to watch it. Your hair should not say Sha, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Meanwhile, exam was already closed as closed this period that these things were happening to me. I think exam was 3 weeks closer. Then I had to go home again. So when I came back, exam was already 1 week. Imagine me that was very sad. Size 6% don't use the size me then. This will be big for me. Imagine how I was looking. I think I'll look for a picture and attach how I used to look before. Just imagine how I now looked after I fell sick. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink anything for almost a week. Then I went back to school. I wrote my exam. And that period I was at home, my friends were so sweet. They spoke to the, I think there was a test, we were writing Mr. Johnson's test, and they say rest in peace. Glory, Stephanie, Ruth, Favor, thank you so much. They stood in for me for that test. Thank you for this video. Thank you so much. Then after, so when I came back, everybody came. Keziah said, Keziah didn't know I was sick. Yes, so then I went home. She now found out, she didn't see me again because that comes around. She didn't see me again. Then she found out that I was sick. Then she now come. She kept calling me until I came back to school. Then after my exam, I went back home. And when I came back in January, so the director of health still asked for me. Was still asked me and told me that when we came back in January, they already sacked the lady, the doctor that because the director of health said that a lot of students were complaining about this particular woman, what she used to do to them, that she's always shouting at people. If you come to the clinic to complain, she'll tell you that is it this small thing that you're complaining. If you come to complain of cramps, she won't tell you you're pregnant. Like she keeps there's this attitude that she have that I don't know why doctors have been nurses are always wicked. That woman was extremely wicked. That was how she was sacked, and I was happy because just imagine she went ahead to actually do the operation for me. Maybe I would have lost myself, I would have been dead, and should have just been somewhere enjoying her life. But thank God, God used Fortune to save my life that period. I'm so thankful to God. Know in the comment section if you have gone through something similar like this, if they've given you a wrong prescription before, and how you were able to come out of those the pain, I mean the shackles, how you were able to come out of it because it was really not easy. Because at this point, I didn't even know I was even going to survive because the pain was so much. I did not eat. You know, like I was fasting. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything. My neck was like this. So those of you that ask me why my neck is not straight, watch this video and you'll find out why my neck is not straight up till now. So I'm so grateful to God that I'm here and I'm alive and I have my speed back and I'm doing YouTube. So if you have watched to this point, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my video, and I'll see you in the next one.